That's right, folks. We're live. If you're going to catch us on the replay, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to us. Leave us a comment, all those good things. Friday night, it is. Thank you for being here. Trying to get some things set up real quick, and then we'll mosey on into the other area of the house. We hope everybody's doing great today. Friday night, and it's all about you. I wonder where oh, there it is. I found it. Been looking for my battery pack. I found it. I don't know if it's charged up or not. Not really that important if it is or isn't, but just kind of good to know where things are. Appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out with us. Busy, busy, busy here in America. Not really. But that's okay, right? Let's go over here to this part of the house. James, hey. I wasn't. I just started, James. I just decided to do one. As you and I were talking, I decided, hey, maybe I'll go into my office, work on my ship a little, and see if anybody's out there in the world of the Ubatuba. So, but yeah, I saw the thing about the parrots, and the theory is the original colony had bands on them. The original parrots had bands on their feet, so that must have meant they were captive at one time. Chill guy, are you chill guy? You are a chill guy. You are a chill guy. I am a chill guy. I am me. I am me, and I don't pretend to be anything but me. Is what I do. I'm trying to hook my battery up, so give me a second. I should have done this earlier, but there we go. Chill guy, thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate it. 6 people watching. What are you guys up to? Leave us some comments. Chime in. Let me know what's going on in your world. We're glad you're all here. So here for Friday Night Chit Chat.
What do you want to bring to work?
Get some things squared away here. Yeah, so I really wasn't live. I just started. I got a whim and I decided, what the heck? Why not? Come way over here and get a piece. Had a little bit of dinner. I made a little bit of a homemade chicken pot pie. What I did. And now I'm going to try to mount my model. Mount my thing in here, James, everybody. I was just talking to some folks in the Philippines a few minutes ago, talking to James out in the land of California. Chicken or turkey pot pie? I had chicken because we bought some chicken and I made a real simple one. What I did, Lorelai won't eat it, so I made a very small batch. She's not into the American type foods. So I had some frozen vegetables and I had a potato. So I cut up and cooked the potato, but you had some cream of mushroom, cream of chicken soup. Put the vegetables, the pre-cooked chicken that I roasted, and the potato, and just kind of let it simmer for about an hour on low heat and cook the potatoes. And it was just like the inside of a pot pie. I was going to break out some really thin crust pizza dough and make like a real pot pie. Is what I was going to do tonight, but I got hungry. And so I just threw some of the pot pie mix on top of a piece of bread. Because I got hungry. I didn't want to wait to make pizza to bake a real traditional pot pie. And plus, I know Lorelai doesn't like it. There's been some shaking going on with the earthquakes in the Philippines. Not surprising. You know, we all know that the Philippines is part of the ring of fire, so to speak. Crap. Or I guess technically, not just so to speak, but man, I messed up. Hey, Joey, how are you? Good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. I just got off a couple live streams of some Filipino people, hanging out with them a little bit that I know really well. And I was talking to James, who's out in California, and I thought, well, I'm making a mess of things. I might just come into my office and do a little work. You're really cold, but you're okay. You're cold. How are you cold? Why are you cold? You know? What has gotten you so cold, man? I mean, it warmed up to the mid-40s here in Arkansas, so I can't imagine it's that much worse for you. I'm going to have to just redo this. That didn't go the way I wanted it to go. Oh, I screwed up, but I can fix. I can fix anything. Anything I screw up, I can fix. All right, I guess that's in. Yeah, I'm back. I came over here. I switched from MJ's live stream to my own live stream. I did a short, I think you were there, a short live stream this morning, which I like to do, and And Friday nights are usually a good night for live streams, believe it or not. So I thought I would come back and I was going to work in my office anyhow, work on my boat. That's right. Duct tape, hammer, and a flathead screwdriver can fix anything. You can also destroy anything. Boy, I agree with that. So I agree with that. And I really can destroy anything. You know, when I was in the consulting business, I was an expert in my field. I was a mold remediation expert. And my little company made a lot of money because I would go into houses and get rid of the mold in your house. And I became an expert at removing stuff. But one thing I don't do is put anything back together. I can destroy anything and I can build nothing. That's how I do it. I can destroy anything and build nothing. There we go. My wife's a pretty good builder, believe it or not. She can build stuff. She likes to build stuff. You know, I guess over the years she likes to build the, bookcases and things, and, that comes in boxes from like Walmart or Wayfair or wherever. So I let her do all those things. But I'll tell you, I'm good at taking stuff apart. Your wife is good at the honey-do list, making that list, getting it all squared away for you. I think in my household, I'm more of the list guy until now. There's a big difference. On a daily thing, my wife works and I don't, So I'm basically a stay-at-home deadbeat. I think I need to push that up a little. It does, it needs to come up. There we go. Yep, she finds out I have an off day and she just thinks of things to do. Well, I know. The frustrating thing for me, to be honest, is my wife always wants to go do stuff because she's bored. And I don't get bored that often. I always seem to have little things to do around the house. I'm happy to do puzzles. I'm happy to watch some TV. And but my wife gets a day off and she's like, okay, where are we going? What's the plan? And I'm like, shit. What do you mean, what the plan? I don't have a plan. My plan is to, continue to do what I've been doing, nothing. But that's not her forte. So I try to find things for us to do. And when the weather's good, it's not that hard. But when the weather's bad, like wintertime, I don't like it. But I'll tell you, if we're going to have a project, like we're going to move or buy something, I need to see if I can see you guys. Lorelai, my wife, is really good at being organized. My wife is somebody who can be very, very organized. And she's really good at the details. Oh, that's funny. Your wife never wants to do anything. That's why you have so many kids. Well, I hate to say it, but if you have a lot of kids, you've been doing something. You know, you've been doing a whole lot of something. Shit. My wife likes just to go out and do things because, and I get it, she works hard, right? Hey, Rustin's here. Rustin, how are you, my friend? So I get it. My wife likes to go out and do things because she works all week and she doesn't want to just sit in the house and do nothing. So I kind of understand that. I'm not saying I'm a fan of it. Rustin, let's see, tell us about the model you're building. Oh, Joey, I am building, it's a plastic model. So it's not a very good quality model, it's plastic. It's a pirate ship. I'll show you a picture of it here in a second. And crap. There we go. Let me show you a picture of it. So here it is. Maybe you guys can see that. We are doing good, Rustin. So that's my little pirate ship. Here's what I've gotten so far. I've gotten some parts. I know I'm getting a glare somewhere. Is it off of this? Yeah. So I'm trying to get the lower deck and the cannons installed today, which I know it's hard for you to see. What I'm really doing is I'm trying to get back into the groove of doing models. Because, you know, I hate the winter months because I'm so bored and I get depressed. I'll admit I have mental health issues in the winter. So I don't like the winter months. And my wife thought this year maybe if she bought me a model to build that I would stay a little bit busier versus sitting on the couch watching TV. My grandfather, and put together a few battleships back in the 80s. I remember them taking us months to complete. Well, they're probably real ones. This is just to be honest, a $30 model from Hobby Lobby that was on clearance. So it's not real good quality stuff. It is plastic and it's warped. You know, it's just not good quality. What I'm hoping to do is kind of get my resources, my tools, and I've done that, and kind of get back in the groove. Because back in my 30s, I built a wooden ship model that was about 3 foot by 4 foot. So a real big wooden ship. And I gave it away to a friend. And I've always wanted to build another one. That one took me 6 months to build. Hey, Roadrunner. Hey, brother. How you doing tonight? Doing good, man. So that one took me over 6 months to build. But it was beautiful. It was a lot of fun. This one from Hobby Lobby is going to have a lot of problems because the parts are warped. The plastic is warped. So it's, you know, it is what it is. But it's a good starter model for kids and old people like me that haven't done anything in forever. And that's how I look at it is, you know, I'm trying to get my reason. I've learned a lot. I mean, from Roadrunner and some other people told me that I needed to watch and study about what they call dry brushing, which I didn't know anything about that. So I think that's going to help when I do a good model knowing how to do some of these fancier, better looking techniques. I'm looking forward to that. Got into building airplanes from World War II. Maybe I can just move the camera there and see. Doing about 20 of them, still have some of them. Nice. Now, when I was a little kid, my dad built semi-trucks. He was a truck driver, and he liked to build semi-trucks. Trailers, the whole 9 yards. And I really like doing that too. So, but before I go and drop $300-400 on a wood model ship like I did before, I really needed to see, one, if I could get back into the groove of it, if I liked it, if I enjoyed it. So that's part of the challenge. And two, what resources, tools and things do I need? All of that mess. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And it's even the new skills about dry brushing is going to be a big help when I move to the good model. My wife just called. She's on her way home, so I better get some things done here. All right, my friend, take care, Joey. Storm Rider says, hello, hello, hello. How are you, Storm Rider? Good to have you in the house this evening. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Bye, Puddin'. That's right. So we're going to work on the model a little bit tonight and try to get some of this knocked out. Storm Rider, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Well, I think it is, it's okay. To be honest, I think it's ugly. Part of the problem is I'm a little disappointed. Now, I guess maybe a little kid wouldn't mind so much. I'm a little disappointed in how misshaped things are. I'll get this last cannon in real quick and show you. I'm kind of disappointed that the plastic is so warped and bowed. But like I was telling, him, it's only what, a $40, $50, $40 model. So what can you expect, right? So a lot like the portholes for the cannons, don't quite line up well enough because the plastic has been misshaped or miscut. But if you're an 8-year-old boy, a 12-year-old boy, see if I can show you. So here's what we're working on. I got the lower deck. You guys probably can't see that the way I'm doing this here. So I got the lower deck on. I got the cannons in. But you can see that these walls are warped. It's just not, but it's a $40 plastic bottle for kids. So, what are we going to do, right? I'm just, it's just, so maybe you can see how, like, even on this side here, it goes, and there's a bent right there. It's bent, Roadrunner says, I haven't priced them in a long time, but $50, that sounds a lot for a model for me. Yes. Looking good from there. Thank you, thank you. My view your way. Looks like it will be actually float or decorate. No, it's going to be decoration. I wouldn't trust it to float. Well, I think $40 for a model is expensive. It was like $39. She got it on half price. I think for this low quality of model, it is really expensive. I really do. I was expecting it, especially maybe because it came from a good store like Hobby Lobby. Maybe I expected it to be better, quality, but it's not. And that's okay, right? Because, as I told you guys, I'm just trying to practice what I'm doing in hopes that I can make this look halfway decent. Because I have bigger fish to fry, so to speak, in the future when it comes to model building. Well, I haven't been to a Hobby Lobby store in years. Yeah, my wife enjoys going there because she's a girl. I don't really like going there because I'm not a girl. But, there it is. Is that it? No, that's not the right piece. Maybe it is the right piece. They have a lot of cool stuff at Hobby Lobby. I will give that to them. I mean, there's no question they have a lot of cool stuff. All right, let me set that aside for a second. There are more, I think of a girl's store when I think of Hobby Lobby. They don't seem to have a lot of manly, I guess, stuff. They have a lot of kid stuff. So I'm not quite for sure. Yeah, since you're going to the Philippines in a few months, you might as well just stay the happiness out of there. And, okay. Yeah, I think building remote control vehicles would be cool to build. I agree with you. I don't know how difficult they are. Not to downgrade the people that build them, but they don't seem too difficult because it seems, mechanical, right? Okay. Yeah, I think the remote control stuff is cool too. I agree with you. Crap. This goes like this. That's not the right place. Yep. I think I've told you guys, I'm a big fan of learning stuff. And that's one thing that I'm a little disappointed in is I'm not really learning. I know I'm learning stuff about this model, but I really wish it would tell you, hey, this is what this piece does. Here's its form and function. Why it was generally this color is because of this. You know, I like that type of stuff. And I'm going to be a little bit pickier when I buy my next wood chip model because I want to find something that will educate me in the process. Roadrunner says, my views, I'm building a motorcycle out of aluminum foil right now. I have about got it done nice. I would like to see it when you get it done. You mean it goes like that? Yeah. Well, it doesn't do that. I have an email address on my YouTube channel. Yeah, here it's, and I'll tell it to you, but it's right there on my contact stuff, right on the main page. YouTube email address. It's simply David Hartman _72756 at yahoo.com. David Hartman, HARTMAN _ 72756 at yahoo.com. I don't like the way something's lining up here, and this is part of my problem with these cheaper models, is it doesn't give you explanation, so I want to I got to move a little forward to see if I can spot it again somewhere else on the diagrams that might help explain, because it doesn't seem to line up the way it's supposed to me. And I don't know if it's me or just, you know, plastic. Okay. So I'm trying to look for that same part, if I can discover it in some other way. Let's see here. All right, let me see if I can find part number 8. I know these two parts are something I need right here. Let me put these in my parts department. These are something I got to work on in a little bit. Let me put those in the other department. You're the second Hartman I know. Really? That's cool. I should be probably the best one, you know. It's a pretty common name. All growing up, I was asked all the time, hey, are you related to da-da-da? Like, no, I don't know who da-da-da is. Because I don't really have any relatives too much. I'm going to set this aside and do a tiny bit of painting real quick. You know, I do have people that are related to me, but they don't like me and I don't like them. So there you go. But I think that's normal, right? The first one was in your Navy days. That's cool. The funny thing is, I must not be very memorable because I've had people over the years call me every name imaginable. Steve, John, people I've known for years, and I don't correct people. I'm like, I don't really care what you call me. So I'll be, doing a conference, and my name is on a bulletin. I'm maybe the marquee speaker. Here's my name on the big screen. Blah blah blah. And I'll have people come up to me after I get done talking to, hey, Steve, hey, Larry. And I'm like, man, you're either dumb as a rock or what, but I don't correct them. I just, whatever. You can call me whatever the hell you want to call me. I don't care. So, but I always thought it was kind of funny. I wanted to join the Air Force, but I was too fat. Nobody wanted me. The Army didn't want me. Well, they all wanted me. I take that back. They all wanted me. I had good scores, but I was too fat. And they all wanted me to lose so much weight that it was unbelievable. When I tried to join the Air Force, I weighed 295 pounds. So, it's like, I don't know, I was going to have to lose like 100 pounds. So it just never happened for me. You're not good at, yeah, I'm the same way. I don't remember names really well anymore. Back in my teaching days, I was not too bad at it. But since my coma, I have a little bit of cognitive decline since my coma. And I'm honest about that to everybody, that I do have limitations. And I have to admit, I'm not so good at it anymore. But that's okay, right? It is what it is. What are you going to do? Yeah, you were born in the wrong decades and century. They've now lowered the standards. Well, it looks like they've lowered the standards, I can tell you that. I mean, and look, I've never been in the military, never have, obviously. But one thing I'll say is this. I have respect for everybody that joins the military. I really do. I really, really do. Because I don't think a lot of people have the balls to join the military. I think it takes guts to join the military. And but I look at some of the people that I met that are in the military today, and I wouldn't want them to be, I don't know, how would I say, I wouldn't want to play flag football with them. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think a lot of the military service, I think it's a great thing. I recommend it to young people all the time. But some people I meet, I kind of go, they really must have dropped the standards pretty damn low if you're in the military and if you're doing well in the military. That's kind of how I see that. I've talked to some people who are in the military and gone, what? how in the hell did you get there? You know what I mean? Type of thing. But yeah, I wanted to join the Air Force, but you know, if you're too fat, you're too fat. The sad thing was, I was pretty athletic back then. You know, I could bench press over 400 pounds. So I was a big, strong, buffy kid, even though I weighed, 390 pounds. When I graduated, I weigh 390 pounds now. So I'm a fat guy now, and I accept that. So this piece is number 7. So I don't know. I mean, I wish in a way I would have got to go to the Air Force because I really wanted to go to the Air Force. I really do. But if it wasn't meant to be, it's okay. What we just never know where we're going to wind up and what's going to happen. So maybe I would have not met my wife. I don't know. If I would have been in the Air Force, maybe I would have died in an accident. You just don't know why you don't get to do what you want to do when you want to do it. You don't know. Do I recommend the military to kids? Absolutely. You know, I'm going to tell you guys, and this may I don't know if this will touch a nerve with anybody who's a vet, but I got vet friends, and I like them very much, but I get tired of hearing veterans who are benefiting financially from their time in the military bitch about the military. So I get a little frustrated when I hear somebody who spent 20 years in the military and all they can do is bitch and complain about how horrible the military is. The freaking military is so horrible, then why in the hell did you stay in it for 20 years? And if you hate it that much, why don't you give back that $4,000 a month you're bringing in on disability? If you hate it that much, why are you taking the benefits from the military? Well, you earned it, right? And I guess that gives you the right to bitch and complain about the military. But it just seems, I don't know, a little jerkish in a way. Okay, I'll check here in a second. You sent me some pictures. I think about that every day. I joined just before 9/11. If I joined any other branch, it might not have been here. Yeah. I do think you have a right to bitch about the military if you're in the military. I think I, who have never served in the military, I don't have a right to bitch about the military. But I do get tired of listening to these military guys bitch and bitch and bitch about the military that they joined and that they stayed in for so long. I know other guys, I got an uncle who was a 30-year Army guy, retired as a lieutenant colonel. You would never hear him say a bad word about the military. One, because he loves and supports the United States of America. And he would find it offensive to badmouth our military. So, I don't know. Am I right? Am I wrong? I mean, what do you guys who's actually been in the military think about that? I mean, I don't know. Oh, crap. Shit. I almost got paint on my pretty shirt. I mean, am I wrong about that? Am I being a dickhead about that? Because I look at somebody like, the uncle I have who served 30 years. He would never say a bad word about America. He may complain about taxes like we all do. Storm Rider, he can show the pictures on his live whenever he gets, yeah, I'll show him. Yeah, I don't know if I can bring him up. I'll do it here in a second. Let me see if I can find these two little pieces that need to be painted red while I got a red paintbrush out. And then I'm gonna do it. So just give me, there, that's them? I'm looking for part number 10. But I'll show them here in a second, I promise. You know, it drives me crazy that they make it so hard to find parts. Part number 8. Part number 8, a bunch of those, so that's not it. No, part number 10 there. Your brother was in the Army in the 70s? Yeah, my brother who's dead now was an alcoholic. He served in the Army too, over in Germany, back in the late 80s, I guess. Man, I just don't know why they make it so hard to find little pieces and parts that you need to move on, to do things. All right, well, I'm not having any luck. So hang on, guys. Let me pull up my iPad here and get to my emails. See if I can find your email, my friend. All right, but let me look in my spam, make sure you didn't go there. Well, I don't see your email coming through. Wrote on it, said, I haven't drank in 20 years. Wow, that's a long time. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Let me see if I can find it. I am not seeing anything yet coming through. And you sent it to David Hartman, all one word, underscore line 72756 at Yahoo. I don't see anything in any of my folders at all, junk, spam, or anything. And I typed your email address in, searching for you. Love B6. And I'm not finding anything with your email address sent to me yet. Let me see if I can come over here and do something. Make sure you have it right, all right? So here's my email address. It's coming, somebody fishing with PAC, which is me, one of my fishing channels, has dropped my email address. Yeah, it should go through like that. So yeah, let me try again. Spam, I'm gonna check my spam just in case. I don't even have any spam lately. I'm pre-approved for $4 million. Did you see that? Wow. Let me see. I'm up to date because I just got a new email from Wayfair. My wife likes to use my email address for everything so that I get all the junk mail and she doesn't got to put up with it. So we'll keep watching and see if you can send it. Just for shits and giggles. All right. All right. I'm back. I'm back. We'll keep checking in, okay? Thank you all for being here if I didn't already do that once or twice. So, I know what that piece is, right? We got that piece. Piece is painted. I bought this magnifying glass, but it's turning out, oh, maybe I got it backwards. I'll say it's turning out not to be such of a good magnifying glass. Maybe I'm using it wrong. Oh, man. For a smart guy, I'm not very bright, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I'm not very bright. I used to be a smart guy. I take that back. I used to be. Got to drill out some holes here real quick. This is a really cool tool. I don't know if you guys have one of these or not. Basically, it's a little bitty drill. It comes with all kinds of drill bits in here. See? Different drill bits, different sizes. They stay in there. It's a real little drill bit pin. It's really good for waterling out holes that have had paint get in them. For fishing stuff, it works good for fishing tackle too. There we go. You think you got the wrong number? Yeah, 72756. I think I got it, my friend. Oh, badass. All right, I'm going to show this. I'm going to show the first picture. That's pretty cool. That's really pretty cool, man. Here's the second picture. And it looks like everything's made out of tinfoil, right? I mean, that's taken some skill. Oh, absolutely, my friend, absolutely. I think that's pretty damn cool, man. It looks difficult. It looks like it took you a lot of time to do it. So very good job, man. Very cool. You could probably make those and sell them. Put them out there. Let me turn this off. Driving me crazy. It is sweet, right? I think you ought to look at trying to sell them puppies. Make them and sell them. You know? There's a lot of people that like custom crafts. A lot of people that really like that stuff. And motorcycles are very popular, especially in my part of the country. Because where I live, we have a festival or a thing called, I need to make those holes a little bigger, Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. Have you guys ever heard of that? Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue in Arkansas. Well, that's where I live. And I mean, we get a lot of people here every year because maybe if you ride motorcycles, have you ever heard of the thing called the Pig Trail in Arkansas? Scenic Highway number 7 is one of the best scenic highways in the nation. Runs through our region here. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. Pretty cool. I'm going to make these holes just a tiny bit bigger. But yeah, we have Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue here. You know, we live close to the University of Arkansas, Dixon Street, Eureka Springs, Branson, Missouri, what they call the Pig Trail, Highway 7. So we have a lot of, and I used to ride motorcycles when I was younger. Now that I'm old, it's a little hard on the back, so, and my wife would kill me if I tried to ride motorcycles again. She's not a fan of me riding motorcycles. I seen them making them aluminum foil balls on YouTube, yes. So I got thinking, motorcycles, can I make one? So I started searching out the internet for one, couldn't find anything, so I just worked it in action. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I think you can make some coin. If you want to, you know. I think you could make some coin doing those things. I mean, people sell and make leather goods all the time. I've been trying to sell, well, I sell watches. I buy and sell watches. There's one thing I do is I flip watches because I really like watches. So I do that. And I can't say I've ever made any real money, but it's a lot of fun. So the angle of my thing today is not good. I don't know what's wrong with my lighting. Having trouble. Is it this one? Why am I having so much trouble today? Young Miss Filipino Bai is in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Bai from American Roadrunner. Maybe I don't know why I'm having so much trouble reading. Maybe that's better. You can't hear me, Bai? Is that what you're saying? Can everybody else hear me? Can you guys hear me? Give me a Y or an N if you can hear me or not. All right, thank you, Roadrunner. Because I look and my button's not pushed to mute. So maybe, Bai, you need to turn up the volume. For some reason, these lights are bugging me today. Storm Rider says, yep, we can hear you, loudmouth guy, like you can't believe. So, Bai, how are things in the Philippines for you, young lady? We hope everything is going well for you. Because we hope everything's going well for everybody, man. We're one of those YouTube channels that want everybody to be successful in all of their endeavors. We're one of those YouTube channels that don't care if you like us or not. We're just going to keep doing what we do. But we do have a lot of supporters, which we always want to thank them for that. All right. We're making headway. Little by little. I still got a part that I don't like how it's shaping up that it's supposed to go. Well, fruit's about to go up in the USA, Southern United States, getting all that fruit. Yes, you got that right. I think you're right. It always does when that happens. So you're right. And even if it doesn't affect it, right, technically, if it didn't affect it, they're going to jack the price up anyway and say it did. So either way, we are going to get ugliness. Either way, we're going to get the ugliness. I don't care if it hurt the crops or not. We're gonna pay for it. That's one of the worst things about the world. I like it better there. That we will take advantage of every opportunity to make a dollar and not care if it negatively affects people or not. And I think that's sad. But then again, welcome to America. It will kill all of the orange blossom trees for sure, yes. Yes, I agree. It happened, the last time was about 20 or 25 years ago when Florida had that hard winter freeze and burnt the trees. Yes, I remember that. Hopefully, I do know that or I'm hoping that maybe they have better technology to help preventing that from happening. Would be the one thing I would hope. Between being able to water trees and keep a light mist on them, maybe they have some solutions that are environmental friendly, food friendly, that they might be able to use to help with some of that. I don't know. But I would like to think so. Yep, still have dead trees there? Yeah. Not, it's just sad. And, I have friends that are in the agri business. I've worked with some logging companies over the years. And I know some people in that industry. And I know a lot of the small people don't make any money. I know it's really difficult for the small farmers to make money. I know this. So it's kind of sad for them. We will absorb the prices. But what I hate about it is this. So, all right, so here's what happens, and I don't like it, it drives me crazy. So, Florida's going to have problems with the orange crop, correct? Correct. So, it's going to cost more for oranges to get out of Florida, right? It's, it is. Okay, we get that. But what I don't like is, so the farmer's going to be in financial trouble. They're going to have to raise their prices, or their prices are going to be worth a lot more because now it's a precious commodity, right? So there's a percentage that now goes up due to that. The orange brokers and or shippers, whoever you want to call them, they're going to add more money because they can. Once it gets to Walmart, Walmart's going to charge more for it and get an additional profit. So it's not like these people are going to keep their profit. They're going to seize upon the opportunity and go, look, man, oranges are really expensive right now. So it's justifiable for Walmart to think, hey, I'm going to sell you these oranges. And yes, I know my percentage was only 20%. But since oranges are hard to get, it justifies me in asking 30% versus 20% on top of all of my costs to get you an orange. And I think that is what's wrong with the system. Everybody looks at it as in a way to take advantage and make more money. And I just think it's wrong. I get the oranges will be more expensive because the supply and demand, right? But the expense comes when everybody wants to tack on additional fees and money to that high commodity item just because they can. So that's part of what I think is asinine, completely wrong with our business system in America and all over the world, I guess. I don't know. But I think it's just horrible. Not everybody's going to do that. It's kind of like, the cost of eggs. I was talking to James Robinson, who was in here earlier. He's in California, right? He has a dozen of eggs in California for $12. We get 18 eggs for $7. Now, I don't know how and when eggs got to be that expensive. If it's truly the fuel cost, the energy cost, then that can be rectified. And I tell people this, a true test of things is going to be in about 6 months. If when I go to Walmart, because I got to buy eggs tomorrow, because my wife really likes eggs, I got to buy, $7 worth of eggs tomorrow. But in 6 months, if I go to Walmart to buy, eggs, that if they're $5 or $4, then we know things are changing and working. Because it's going to take a little bit of it. But I still just don't think the cost, just the upgrade in cost is everybody's padding their pocket. And that's what I don't like. I don't like it when people are capitalizing on people. They're taking advantage of people because they can. We all want eggs, supposedly. So they take advantage of us. And I personally just don't like that. It offends me as an American to know that that's what's happening to us. It offends me that we are doing so many things that are not good for the American public versus doing what's good for the politicians and or corporations. That's why I'm very happy to see a lot of things starting to change. I don't know if it will change or not, if it will stay. I know there's going to be an onslaught of lawsuits. Everybody's going to bitch and complain because you have to go back to work now. People are going to be bitching and complaining because they got deported. They're going to be bitching and complaining. And here's one thing that I'm a little confused about, and get on my little monologue, is here's what I don't like. I got friends that bitched and complained about the Democrats when they were in office. Hated it. Man, horrible, right? So now they go and vote. Trump's in office. And what I start to hear out of them is going, oh my God, I don't know how things are going to go. This may be really bad. Well, why in the hell did you vote for him? Are you just wanting to bitch and whine and complain? I think is what it is. So if you voted for Donald Trump, shut your mouth, enjoy it, deal with it. If you didn't vote for him, just like I did when Biden got elected, I shut my mouth and I dealt with the fact that we had a new president, and I support the office of the president no matter who's the president. And I'm really big on that. I don't like the politics. I don't like your policies, but you won. You're it. You're it. It's kind of like all the people hating on Carrie Underwood for singing at the inauguration. I never liked Biden, ever. I thought he was a creep. But if his administration would have called me and said, would you like to come and perform, talk, lecture, sing, whatever the hell it is I do, I would say absolutely. Because I would consider it an honor and a privilege to be able to do something for the office of the president. So Carrie Underwood, who sung, who's a superstar, people are hating on her, but they're missing the point. It's an honor to get asked to do those things. And if your ideology, if your political beliefs, and your BS gets in the way of you serving your country, then I feel really, really bad for you. And I don't like that because, look, I didn't like Biden. I really believe he's a creep. And I mean a creep. Now he's old and demented, but when he was younger, he's a creep. Don't like him. But if he would have called and said, look, we found your YouTube channel. We think it's great. As long as I didn't have to get up there and say that Biden was great, I would be happy to stand up there next to him and say the office of the president is great. I'm going to do whatever I can to support my country. Absolutely. Absolutely. If I was a singer and they asked me to sing at his inauguration, I would have done it in a heartbeat, without question. So that's just kind of how I look at things. Yes, sir, it's an honor. It is an honor to serve your country, right? It's an honor to be asked. I mean, look, I'm not going to go into details, but years and years ago, my name was floated around because of what the circles I ran into. for a government office, a political office in my state, my state here. Because back when I was working and popular and doing things, I had a lot of friends. And I was on the bottom of the list, but my name was floated around to be in the department in the state of Arkansas. I knew I would never get it, but it was an honor for somebody to mention my name, my credentials, my skill set to become the director of blah, blah, blah in the state of Arkansas. A great honor, even to be mentioned. And I don't remember who the governor was, don't really care, don't know. But great honor. So I think people need to back off and learn. I think the Democrats now need to suck it up and deal with it, just like we did when Biden was in office. So I liked Obama when he was in office. He's a Democrat. I go for the person, not, what party they go with. But I'm very excited about what's going to happen. I got to admit, there's no question I'm kind of excited that it might be doing good. I saw Trump was in South Carolina today. Was it South Carolina or North Carolina? South Carolina. Helping them out. I like the fact that, because I hate FEMA, hey, I'm going to tell you something. For the last couple of years, I've been saying, here's what you do with FEMA. You take all the money that's divided up, that's given to FEMA, whatever it is, 1 billion, trillion, gajillion dollars. You take that money, you put it in an account where it draws interest. And then when a state has a natural disaster, you give them their portion that would have been allocated to that disaster. And you let the state run their own disaster relief. And you get rid of FEMA. There's no need for FEMA. Yeah, Democrats won't be in office anytime soon. I agree with you. They're going to be too busy bitching and whining and crying. But we don't need FEMA. That money can be set aside. And let's say you got 50 states. I don't know how they divvied up the money. But when Carolina has a national disaster, you let the governor of each state dictate and run how they handle their natural disaster. They're the ones who has the power to bring in their National Guard, their resources. They know I've been preaching about this for years. Well, President Trump apparently has listened to my YouTube channel, and now he was announcing today that's exactly what should happen. So I am very blessed to know that Donald Trump listens to my YouTube channel, and I'm very happy that he has taken my advice about FEMA. They run all the trust, all their trust. Yes, they had. I agree. There is no trust, but I just don't think FEMA works. I don't think it's worked since Katrina, and I think they ought to just do away with it, put the money differently, not have a FEMA director or a team. And when something bad happens, that governor can request funds from the government. If they need more military support, then the government should say, absolutely, we can send you people from Fort Bragg or Fort wherever, Fort McKinley, I don't know, whatever. We will send you, how many extra military do you need to help clean up the mess? Welcome in, Mr. Trump. Yes. Welcome in. Thank you for watching, Mr. Trump. I appreciate the fact that you like, subscribe, and share to my channel. And you got a much bigger platform than me. So if you would go out on your platform and tell them that you got the FEMA concept from my channel, I would appreciate that. But I was very happy to kind of hear that today. The other thing I think that shocked people today on the news, and I usually don't talk politics, but it's such a different way. It's kind of like when Trump was in Carolina, he was talking to reporters. And he's like, well, they told me I got to go to California, but I wanted to come to the Carolina first because they're, been long overdue for Carolina to get some help. And because the people of America come first. And he's like, and one of the reporters kind of said, well, I'm going to paraphrase, but he said, so, Mr. President, what I gather is you're keeping your promise to the American people. You're putting them first. Because here you are in Carolina, who is still devastated, getting no help, and yet you're going to turn around and fly to California, who hates you, didn't vote for you, can't stand you, and you're going to go and see what you can do for the people that live in California. And I think Trump was, and I'm paraphrasing, but Trump was actually taken back by the statement that the reporter made, and he's like, yeah, because that's what you do when you put the people first, not the politicians. And so I like that. I like the fact that he's got his priorities. Look, California sucks. I got friends that live in California. I'm sorry, all of my California friends, but I think your state sucks. I think your state is going to implode. I don't want to go to your state again. Blah, 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 blah. I feel sorry for you. You guys are all welcome to move here. But here he is going to a place where the politicians have screwed up horribly in California. And as the president of the United States, the leader of the people, he's going there to see what he can do to help. Where Biden should have been last year. Yeah. And where they shouldn't said, hey, we can give you $750 to help you out because you lost your house and the freaking hurricane. But yet we're going to send $1 billion or trillions to go fight some war we have no business being in. We're going to give all this money to everybody else. We're going to fly illegal immigrants into the country secretly at night and pay the bill. But yet you, the American citizen who lost your house, I'll give you $750. It's just not right, people. So whether you agree with Trump or like Trump or not, I think there's been a big change in Donald Trump. I think after getting shot, he had a come to Jesus type of moment in his life. And billions on the campaign. You're right. But I think he had a moment there where he knew he could have died. And I think it changed him. I think it humbled him. I think it knocked some of the arrogance off. And it made him go, look, I'm going to do better, be better, and I'm going to be smarter and work harder. And I think he's taken that to heart. I think he took that gunshot to the head to heart. And I think it's changed his life. I think he's way more presidential now than he ever has been. I think he's more insightful, more caring, look, when that stupid rabbi was bad-mouthing him at the prayer breakfast the other morning, the old Trump would have got up and walked out. But he sat there and took it and smiled and then he made his statement afterwards. Q Waxy's in the house. Hey, how are you, my friend? How you been? He did, right? He had one of those moments. So Q Waxy, how are you? Thank you for coming in. How you been? So I think he's not the same person he was, and I think that's better for us. So in some ways, that bullet to the head has made him a better person and a better president. And I think he truly has a completely different perspective than he did the first time. So we're blessed, I think. I really do. I think things are going to get better. I think things are going to get ugly. There's going to be lawsuits left and right about things. But I do think things are going to get primarily better. And that's what we want. And I think that's right. Yes. So Q Waxy's doing good. Nice. We're glad you're here. Thank you for the thumbs up and all that good stuff. So I don't know. I'm excited about things. I hope he can help people with their overtime tax. I don't get overtime, obviously. So it doesn't benefit me, but I hope he gets rid of that. I hope he can help. I think making the federal workers go back to work is a great thing. Now, there are jobs that have to be done remotely, which is fine. But all these people sitting at home doing nothing or doing half-ass work, what I realized was when I was reading about this, about all these federal workers that are not working in D.C., it's hurting the economy of D.C. There's been a lot of local and small businesses that have gone belly up because the workers are not in DC anymore. They're at home. Coffee shops, restaurants, dry cleaners, places like that have financially struggled and gone under in DC. So by letting all these thousands of workers stay at home for this long, one, I think it's ripping off the government, but two, I believe that it's hurt the economy of that area, and that's a sad thing. So if they don't want to go back to work, they should get another job. They should go somewhere else. I also like the concept of all of the IRS workers that owe back taxes. You either pay your tax in full or you're fired. Yeah, COVID has changed the world. I understand that, but I am one of these people that are a little sick and tired of them using that as an excuse. I see that with government buildings and agencies where they want to lock it down because of COVID. Well, COVID's long over, but they're using it as a justification to limit access and resources, and I don't like that. But it's an excuse, it's not reality. So I like that concept, but I think if you're an IRS agent, and I think there's 22,000 of them at last count, that owed all kinds of money in back taxes to the United States government, but here they are working for the United States government, the IRS department. They need to pay their bill or they need to be terminated, and a tax levy needs to be leaned on them. The same thing that would happen to me needs to happen to them. They should be in the office working, absolutely. Hooded Hater says, American Roadrunner, amen. So I don't get it. It's and I'm not anti-police, but I'm also not pro-bad cop. And the bad IRS agent is just that. The bottom line is you shouldn't owe your employer, which is the IRS, the United States government, back taxes. So how can you role model that behavior? If I'm a police officer and I go around committing crimes and violating rights, then I am not a good police officer, and I shouldn't be one. If I go around as a firefighter and I burn down houses, I shouldn't be a firefighter. So that's how I see it. If I owe back taxes, why do I get to have a paycheck from the government? When I work for the government and I owe the government money, why are they giving me a check? So Hooded says something about cheese. I like cheese. Cheese is good, man. Water is pretty good. I drink water every day. So I hope that those 22,000 people find new jobs or pay their tax bill. It's only fair. And very happy to see that some of that's going on. I saw today that Doge has already eliminated, I can't remember the number now, but they cut out like all kinds, $42 million worth of contracts that were just floating out there that wasn't doing any good. I can't remember the number. Maybe it was more than that. I know they were saying it's about 3% of the estimation of what they want to do in the next 2 years. So they're about 3% right now of government waste going away. I think that's a great thing. Look, and I know people say, well, we hate businessmen running the government. I love it when business people run things. When they run the government should be ran like a business. It should have a profit and loss sheet. And it should not be ran wastefully. And I really believe, what I really believe about the United States government is this. The worst people are not the politicians. It's the long-time administrators that work in government. The heads of departments are the ones that are pulling the strings. They should not have any decision power making on policies and or how to implement policies and procedures. But you got all these administrators who enjoy having the power. They're the ones shaping the country, not the politicians we elect. So we got to get that fixed. We got to tell the director of the IRS, you don't get to decide what happens. Yeah, ants. Roadrunner. Roadrunner likes to eat ants, if you didn't know that. I don't know about flies, but he likes ants. So we got to get these career administrators, bureaucrats, whatever you want to call them, out. We got to take away their perceived power. When they think they can issue orders about how things should be done, no. So I'm real big on that one. Because, and I've seen that when I worked at the college, I saw the government at its finest, so to speak. So I get it, and I know it, and I want it to change, and I think it will. So I'm excited. Always try to be optimistic in hopes that things will get better. I think it's key. We don't eat dogs here, Hoodit. That's correct. We don't. We do eat chickens. We don't eat dogs. We don't eat cats. They're eating the dogs. Where was that? They're eating dogs where? Was that Iowa? Or is that in Ohio? Where were they eating the dogs at? You guys remember that? We know. Where was that? Where were they eating the dogs? They're eating the dogs. Yeah, man, I can't remember. That was so funny. I enjoyed that. And, and I did some research on it, and there were people telling the administrations, yes, we are eating the dogs. But it says, I was just naming things. We know. We're just giving you a hard time, Hoodit. It's okay, Hoodit. So, but I thought that was funny. We don't eat the dogs. Yeah. They don't eat the dogs in the Philippines either, just to clarify. That's not part of the culture in the Philippines. Most Asian countries don't eat dogs. It's a rumor. So, but it's interesting, right? What's gonna happen, and all of that good stuff. So, I just encourage everybody, to take care of yourselves, work on yourselves, figure out what you can do to better yourselves, your families, your lifestyle that you want, how you want to live. Is what Ken Hugger is in the house. Ken, my friend, how are you? Some remote areas in the Philippines, they do. I know, sorry, Ken. I know there's a couple remote areas that do, but I was trying to, I know it's true. I've seen the videos, but I was trying to, help the Philippine people out. Ken, you know what I mean? I know it's true, but I tell people it's not, so they don't think bad of the Philippine people, because the majority of the Philippine people would not even consider that. You know what I mean? So a very small 1/900th of a percent, you know what I mean? So that's kind of why I do that, Ken. And you know this, Ken. The only way I'll be eating a dog is I better be really hungry. Well, I agree. Everybody say hello to Ken. Ken, we appreciate you. So yeah, I know you know what I mean. Well, the funny thing was, a few years ago, somebody who won the Nobel Peace Prize in Literature survived World War II, and he wrote their memoirs. I think he was a French guy, and they gave him the Nobel Peace Prize in Literature, right? Well, he made an interview some years later talking about how they ate cats during the war, during the occupation. And they wanted to take his Peace Prize away because he told the reporter who asked, yes, during the occupation, we had no food. My mother would capture and cook cats. And she got really good at cooking them to where they tasted really, really good. And people went apeshit bonkers on him because he recounted what life was like during the German occupation. So, crazy, right? So, Ken, how excited are you about the Philippines? You're a year and a half, right? Are we a year and a half? Are we down to how many months yet? Are we down to like 18 months? Are we down to 20 months? I'm trying to get you to where you're under the year thing. I want to get you to where Ken is on the monthly thing. He's counting the months down before he gets to the Philippines. Do you know my other account, Storm Rider? I guess I do, because Storm Rider was in here earlier. So we have a lot of different people that have different accounts. So with lots and lots of them. I have 3 accounts myself. So it's okay to have multiple accounts. But Ken, I know you're getting excited. Lorelai and I are working on going to the Philippines in 26. We got to go over and take care of some business around the summertime of 26. So that's when we're going back. So about a year and a half, we're going to go back and do some work and take care of some business in the Philippines. And if we like what we see, we're going to work on building a vacation home on our property, get that started, and maybe be there 2 years after. So maybe in 2028, we may go back and live again in the Philippines. So that's what we're working on. I'm excited to wake up in the morning. But yeah, I'm getting close to retirement and counting off the days. I know you are. We're going to have a big celebration for you when you get there. We're going to have a big celebration when the month's coming down. We're going to brag about how you're at 18 months, 17 months, 16 months, 14, 15, 13, Ken. We want to celebrate with you. Hater says, don't eat your dog food. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't know what you do. What to do, you have to do it with me to be friends. With you. I don't know what you're talking about, man. You're just rambling on. So if you want to ramble on, that's fine. Whatever makes you happy. So, Ken, I'm excited. We're excited. Lorelai and I are excited about, we're going to try to go to Southern Alabama and live, buy a little place, maybe have 2 places, go back. But we don't know what we're doing. But Ken Unger, congratulations from My Views, Your World. He's getting ready to go over in a couple months, Ken. Ken says, I started counting down 3 years ago. Where the hell were you people? Now it's just a year and a half. See, you're 18 months. That's all right. So, but we're happy for you, Ken. But My Views, Your World is headed to the Philippines, what, in 2 months? You say, is it March or May? And he's going to go to Angeles City so that he can hang out with all the girls and go to the bars. He's been to the Philippines a few times and he likes the women. The women. And he has a YouTube channel, by the way, everybody. If you didn't know, My Views Your Way has a YouTube channel and he's trying to grow it. So if you guys want to help him out with his channel, that'd be great. Girls, that's right, American Roadrunner. He's all about the girls. So he's not a married man like Ken and I. He's a single young man who's looking forward to all the dancing girls. I saw some of his videos where he's pointing his camera right at them dancing girls. Man, I saw your videos, buddy. You kind of look like a YouTuber called, I don't know who that is. Cass Hall, I don't know who that is. But I'm glad he looks like me. I wish him well. So, but I don't know him, to be honest. Sorry about that. Oh, March is Mexico. April is the Philippines. And May is the official move. Okay, all right. American Roadrunner is married. See? And he can't look at girls either. But My Views, Your World is going to go hang out with the dancing girls. I've seen them too, the videos. See? Yeah. My Views, plenty of beautiful girls in the province. Get out. That's what I told him. I told him that I talked to him about this, Ken. About what is your intention? What is your purpose? Are you wanting to go over and to get STDs and get robbed and drunk and party and sleep with girls that could be boys? Then hang out in the city all the time. Just kidding. Are you? But what I told him is this. The honest truth is, and we know this, Ken, from knowing everybody, right? It's pronounced Case Ho. No, I don't know him. I'm sorry about that. I got the right for the Jungle Girls. That's it. So, what's going to happen? He's going to get over there and he's going to live. He's going to have a blast. And then about 3 months, he's going to start getting a little burned out on it. And eventually, if he gets outside the city where, good girls are, he will meet some sweet Filipina and they will shack up and the rest will be what it is, right? That's what's going to happen. Everybody who's gone to the Philippines to be the party boy has lasted 3 to 6 months, and then somehow they're kind of shift in being in a relationship with a young lady. My view's your world. I was born in the city. I'm not ready for the province life just yet. No, but you can move outside. When there's kind of like the what do we want to call that? You got the city, you got the province. What do we want to call the in-between? The in-between land. So you'll be able to do that. But that's what's going to happen is you're going to have a great time. You're going to get a little burned out. You're going to wind up meeting a girl and going, this isn't so bad. Maybe we could move out a little bit and have a little bit of house and do the relationship thing. And she's going to encourage you to do it. She's going to do things to you to make you want to forget all those other girls. Hooded says, hey, remember your ex Amelia? I've never had an ex named Amelia. I know Amelia Earnhardt, the flyer, the lady that flew the plane who died somewhere. Save your bar, find money, take a wonderful province girl to great resorts, and the girl will latch on forever. Well, I want to go a little further, Ken. You treat a good girl in the Philippines good, and I really believe that you can't regret it. They will latch on, but they will take care of you and make you very, 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 very happy, if you know what I mean, for the rest of your life. 15 minutes drive from the entertainment would be ideal. Okay. She's plotting against you. That's great. Ken says, I agree. So, yeah, I think Filipino women are very grateful. I don't like that word in this context. I think they are very, I don't want to say grateful, thankful. They recognize what they can have and what they have. They're smart. They know that if they meet a decent guy who's not Filipino, because Filipino men suck, that if they meet an expat and he's a decent guy to them, and we're usually better behaved than a lot of the Filipino men because, most of us aren't just deadbeat drunks. So they're very loving and affectionate women, but they're very dedicated. So if you treat them well, you have nothing to worry about. They won't cheat on you. They won't rip you off. They won't hose you down. All of those things. So, loving you. Hooded Hater says, I am sorry, can I get modded? No, you cannot. So, that's my encouragement to you. Treat a Pinay good and they will be loving and caring. They will. They will be dedicated to you. And I really mean that. And I see that in America, in the Philippines, everywhere. They have no problems devoting themselves to their partner. They just want their partner to be good to them. They don't want their partner to be a drunk and a deadbeat and they have to do all of it. And I mean this, and I tell guys all the time, and maybe it's because I'm married and my wife is outstanding and I got lucky because she was the most beautiful Filipina that ever came out of the Philippines and I married her. But the honest truth is, you can't go wrong. And I know you're going to want to enjoy life and have a good time. And I know you're a city boy. But I bet you, I want you to stay in touch. And I bet you within 6 months to a year max, you got some cute little girl that is your girlfriend and you're only dating her. Well, Hooded says, why won't make him a mod? He says, I will be nice. It doesn't matter if you're nice or not. I have too many moderators as it is. I live near the entertainment area in Okinawa, outside the Air Force Base. Set boundaries without not making it out every night. Yeah, I would like to go to Okinawa. If I was a single man, Well, to get modded is earned, not given. Thank you, Roadrunner. That's a great way to say it. It is earned. To everyone, I get modded and I know what to do if they don't mod me. Well, I don't care. You do whatever you want to do. That's one of the great things about my YouTube channel. I respect everybody. If you enjoy being here, that's great. If you sleep with dogs, I don't care. If you're purple, I don't care. If you're from the moon, I don't care. I want you to be happy, and if you're happy here, that's great. If you're not, that's okay. I hope what you say comes true. It will. It will. Now, I'm just going to tell you, and Ken knows this, just take your time, enjoy yourself, and I am telling you, and Ken knows this, one of those girls is gonna strike where I got to find the heart. Is this where the heart is? Yeah, here's my pacemaker. So the heart is somewhere in here. One of those little girls is she's gonna bat her eyes and smile and look so innocent and sweet. And she's gonna speak softly and kindly. And you're gonna go, oh shit, I'm in trouble now. Don't get the boot. I got a big boot, buddies. So that's what's gonna happen. Because them Filipino women are sweet girls. True, take your time, find the right girl. Most likely she will come to you. She will. Now, if they're coming to you with a handout, run. And Ken knows this, but you want the ones that come to you naturally, that are just nice girls. That really don't seem to want you, or begging for you. But, if you see somebody at Jollibee that's nice and cute, you just strike up a conversation and say, well, hi, how are you? I wouldn't date a bar girl, but somebody working at Jollibee behind the counter or at the grocery store, or at the hotel front lobby, well, you can flirt with them a little bit and say hi and take it from there. I come every stream, so please, no, but thank you for asking. No beggars. Yeah, you don't want any beggars. You don't want the women to chase you. You want them to have a little interest in you, is what you want. But you're a smart guy. You'll get what I mean, and I know you know what I mean, because I know you've been to the Philippines, you've been to the bars, you've been to the dancing girls, so you get what's going on. Yeah, I'm also about to start day trading, so it would take up some of my nights. All right. But I know how it is. I'm just telling you. We got a lot of friends that went to the Philippines. Go to chiki chiki bum bum, chiki chiki bum bum. Whatever that porn music is, and now they're living with the Filipina. So it's good. It's all good. I think it's a great thing. So what I tell guys is this. If it feels right, go with it. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. And that's the honest to God truth. I mean, I've been around the Filipino community. What? My wife is messaging me. Why is my wife messaging me? No, I can't check I can't, Lorelai. So, I've been around the Filipino community since I was 18. I had many opportunities to go to the Philippines, date beautiful, hot, sexy Filipino women. But once my wife, who's now my wife, showed up, those, man, it was over. There's a difference with me because they maybe never left America. I lived in Japan about 9 years. I agree. There's a difference. You do have some more worldly experience, and I agree with that. Ken says, time to go, Hood It. Yep. He reminds me of somebody else that I had to kick off my channel. So I do think you've been there and kind of done that. But if you're going to live there, it's going to be a little bit of a different thing, It's going to be... the Philippines, and I know you've been to Japan and you've been to the Philippines, and I can't speak for Japan, but I can only imagine being an American single man in Japan would be a blast. Sounds like a kid to you? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. You know, we do have a couple of trolls that makes up all kinds of different accounts and does things, but part of it's okay because like this, why don't stress over it, like Hood it? Because I know it's irritating that he's leaving the same comment over and over and over, but YouTube likes it. YouTube is now looking at my live stream and going, oh my God, look at all these comments that's going on. So they must be having a good chat dialogue. Maybe I can share this with other people. So it's actually not too bad. But when it gets out of hand, it's time to do what you guys did, and you guys are doing fine with it. So sure it is, Roadrunner. I think Thailand would be more of an eye-opener. Yeah, I agree. The only thing I encourage all of my mods to do is to be a little patient, because we had somebody that was part of our team here, and he had problems with a lot of our subscribers. He always wanted to fight with people and criticize them, and he wanted to put them in timeout on my live streams. But these are regular people that just were asking questions, talking, having open dialogues. But if he didn't like something they said, because he thought it was offensive to him, he would put my people in timeout. So I had to take his privileges away because he wouldn't ask permission. He wouldn't say, hey, what do you think? And I told him, said, no, you need to leave Dennis alone. No, they're not doing anything wrong. And I tried to talk to him about that. I tried to explain to him how to do things. Look, Ken's not a problem. Ken can say what Ken wants to say. You guys can have a conversation in the background. If Ken brings up something about Roadrunner and says, hey, did you do this or you do that or whatever, as long as it's not nasty and negative, you guys can have a dialogue. And, but he took everything too personal, so we had to eliminate him. So I'll be right back. All right, so that's kind of thing. But I'm excited for you. View is going to have a great time in the Philippines, like we all do. Okay, HB, my view. Thailand is for sure different than the Philippines, a little bit more modern than yes. I think, and I'm only assuming because I haven't been to Thailand. I'd like to go. And I know I harp about this on the Philippines. I think Thailand's a lot cleaner than the Philippines. And I pick on the Philippines by telling them, look, if the Philippines country was cleaner, if there wasn't as much pollution and trash and garbage on the land, in the cities, on the streets, if things were cleaner and nicer, man, could they make quadrillions of dollars as a tourist destination. They already make a lot. But just think if they upped their game and cleaned the streets, made it look more presentable, right? People would fall in love with the Philippines even more. Because I hear a lot from people that travel to the Philippines that one of the most disappointing things is how disgustingly dirty the Philippines is. And it really, really is. But it doesn't have to be that way. But it's back and says, hello, what's your name? My name is Lord and Master of the Universe. I agree the Philippines need to step it up for tourism. Well, they just need to step it up for themselves. Take pride. We were talking about this on an earlier live stream. Take pride. Clean up the garbage. Wash the street. Just clean things up. Do a better job. It could be pretty there, but it's dirty. It is. Hoodit is back with a different name. You're wrong. I am not nice. I'm a horrible, mean person. But thank you for the delusion. It has that issue for sure. It does. And it's disappointing to me. Because I actually like parts of the Philippines. I just wish it was better. Maybe that's because I'm from a first world country. I don't know. But to me, I feel bad because I look at it and go, man, you guys are missing the boat. You guys here in the Philippines have all of this, and you're throwing diapers and pissing and shitting in the streets. Yeah. I'm back. says the world. So that's kind of my beef. And I just, we, all of us who have any connection to the Philippines, we want the Philippine people to succeed. We want them to do well. We want the country to do well. We love the Philippines. We just sometimes get very disappointed in their in how they get in their own way. Give Snow Rider a mod, please. No, thank you. I agree with both have I agree we both have this love for the Philippines, and I wish they would do a better job. Yeah, I would. What I think can sometimes, to be honest. Now you remember we lived there and it struggled. We went through Typhoon Odette. It didn't work out the first time we went there, but we made a lot of mistakes trying to live in the Philippines. The typhoon was the biggest one, which wasn't our fault, but we made other mistakes. But what drives me crazy is we expats, you, I, others, many others, even all you guys in here in the back, everybody, we all have a great fondness for the Philippines. We just wish the Philippine people would have a fondness for their own country. And they're, you know what I mean? That's what I wish. We love them. Why don't they love themselves? Type of thing. What would you do different? Oh, what would I do differently in the Philippines? Garbage. I would figure out how to recycle. If some smart entrepreneur in the Philippines recycle, clean up, I would take all the posters down off the damn walls everywhere. I would, you know, yeah, more South pride, absolutely. So one, I would strip all the political posters and all these damn posters off all the walls everywhere. Strip them off, period. I would have better trash services to get the trash out of the streets. I would hire Philippine citizens to go around and clean the Philippines. That's what I would do. When we were in the Philippines, the people that came and got our trash, we paid them and they had their own little business. They had a side hustle where they would come and get the garbage and we'd pay them, I don't know, a couple hundred pesos a week. I don't remember what it was. And they'd come and take our trash. I really appreciate that. But I think they need to be better organized, better planned. I think they need to have a sanitation system in the Philippines, not just moving garbage from one place to the other place, which seems like they need to do. They do. They need to have a facility where they can get rid of that garbage, reduce it, not just pile it up. Hoodit, join my stream so you can get modded. I don't want to be a moderator in your stream, but I appreciate it. Hoodit, American Roadrunner is asking how old you are. Probably 4 years old, I would imagine. So that's what I would do. I would ban putting posters up on the walls everywhere. I hate that. Hate it. I think it looks trashy. Because what happens is they fade, they tear, they fall off, and they become garbage in the street. So, 5 tops? Yeah, maybe. Behavior dictates your age, right, my friends? Grow up then if you're 34. Yeah, you know. It's probably Jack from the Philippines is who it is. Jack from the Philippines likes to play these games. So Jack Hobson likes to play these games. But that's what I would do, to be honest. Sanitation. And what I would do is look, all you have to do is do like America did in the 70s when we had the American Indian crying because the American people were throwing garbage out. Remember that? They need to do a public ad campaign telling people that it's the right thing, it's a good thing to take pride in the Philippines. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. Their government needs to put out ads encouraging people and then figure out and have a system for them to do that. I did, Lorelei, but I haven't been able to check. So you're looking for your iPad? You're looking for your iPad? Is that what you're asking? Everybody say hello to my wife. She's in the house now. Hood it, come to my live. I'll make you a mod. There you go. Oh, for your AirPods. Look in your pants for your AirPods. Okay. I'll look because I haven't done laundry, so I'll look, okay? The headset. Okay. You're talking about the ones that you use for work or the ones I bought you a long time ago? The earbuds or whatever they're called? Okay, we'll look. I'll search when I get off of here in a few minutes, all right? The headset. Okay, you're missing the headset. All right, I'll try to find them. I will. You think they're in the bedroom or your office? It's not on my purse? Okay. Not in your bag or anything? All right, I'll double check everything, Lorelei. I will. I'll look. Maybe they fell under the kitchen table or something. I don't know. So, but no worries. Everybody say hello to my beautiful wife. Say hello, Mrs. Pack. Beautiful young Pack. So, see, Ken, that's our job, buddy. When the wife loses something, we got to go find it. Hello, wifey from American Roadrunner. So, I can't remember what we were talking about before then, but trash. Hello, Roadrunner. Ken's in the house, by the way, Lorelei. He's down to about 18 months before he's off to the Philippines forever. Yes, the boss. Idea on the line. Yes. My views, your world says, hello, Mrs. Back to you. Whatever, Ken. So Ken's getting excited. We're going to count down and celebrate his journey to the Philippines. He's down to about 18 months, I think. So, And Lorelei, my views, your world, he's actually headed to the Philippines in a few months to go live there with the hookers. I mean, the people in Angeles City. So this is my wife. She's from Cebu. But we live here in America currently, here in Arkansas currently. So, but My Views, Your World's a good channel. He's a good guy. And we're giving him hell because he's going to go hang out with the dancing girls in the Angeles cities. My adrenaline just up knowing my AirPods are not here. I get it. I'll look around. I know they're not in my office. Maybe, I don't think Daisy ate them or Lily ate them, but we'll find them, Lorelei. I can't listen, you bet. Back to work. All right, have fun. I'll see what I can do to find them. Hopefully they're not in your car or in the garage or in the street and you ran them over, something like that. So if I don't find them, when you get out of work, look under your car, but I'll message you whether I find them or not. So, the duties of a husband never end. Never end in this house. Not only do I cook and clean, and slave away, take care of everything, do everything. Now I got to find some missing ear buddy thingies. Man, you guys need to feel bad for me. I need some big awls. I mean, people need to feel bad for me because, man, I have a hard life. So, but yeah, the Philippines can be great. Cleaning it, number one. That's it. Dave, you make a wonderful wife. I know, right? my woman, I got my woman making that bacon. She's my sugar mama. She goes to work and earns that dollar. I sit around and eat bonbons like Peggy Bundy. So yes, I'm the housewife. I take care of the dogs and man, I do everything, don't I, Lorelei? Lorelei's rolling in her chair laughing now because she knows that that I'm full of it. So, but somebody, I wish I was still working. Kept a man, brother, you have it good. I do. I'm a kept man. That's right. I have it easy. I got a sugar mama, and she brings home that check to me, and then I, buy fishing tackle. So that's what I do. That's our system, and it works pretty good. So, all right, my friends, I think we're going to wind this down for tonight. We appreciate everybody coming in. Lorelai may come home and do a pool boy. I used to be a pool boy when we had a pool, but now I'm just a boy. But Lorelai may do a live stream either tonight when she gets off at midnight if you guys are up and still around. I know she may do one Saturday night and stuff. She wants to do some on the weekends. So look out for Lorelai doing some live streams by herself. And then, of course, we may do one together tomorrow. You just never know when we're going to do them. We are going to try to get back, Ken, in the system of doing Thursday night StreamYards with everybody that can come up and if they want to be a part of the StreamYard thing at 7 to 9 like we used to do last year. So we're going to be working on that. Roadrunner says, love you guys. We appreciate you, Roadrunner. Ken, we appreciate you. Everybody, we appreciate everybody very, very much. We even appreciate the people that we don't appreciate because we appreciate not appreciating them. So, your world, take care, man. We will see everybody hopefully tomorrow at some point in time. And for tonight, I will see you guys another time. I'm going to bed. Got to work in a few hours in the morning. Good. Later on, good show as always. Thank you, Ken. We appreciate you, my friend. People like you help to make these shows good, Ken, because you have a lot of knowledge and it's very helpful, to be honest. My views, your world says take care. All right, my friends. See ya.